Hello everyone, welcome to first video on the channel, and we'll go from here, obviously. My name is Fury. It is nice to meet you all. Today we'll be doing a Equestria at War playthrough with the DawnClaw Heresy and the Graphonian Imperium Easter egg enabled. I will be playing as the Graphonian Republics, and which will then converge to the DawnClaw Heresy. Then I will do a let's play of playing as the Imperium themselves, and then probably doing some non-Easter egg actual playthroughs of this. Equestria at War is one of the most stable, knock on wood, and probably, in my opinion, fun mod pack overhauls for Hearts of Iron 4. I do love Hearts of Iron 4 as a game. I have 4,000-ish hours into it, give or take. Around 2,000 of that is casual, and only recently have I actually taken the game seriously and tried to actually play all that much. But I'm pretty good, in my personal opinion. I think I'm doing alright. But it is nice to see that, you know, I can at least play something and be half decent at it. So we are playing with quite a few Equestrian at War mods to go alongside it. A few of them, like Third Die, they get their own focus tree and things from one of theirs. I have the Research Expansion mod. I also have a couple of extra mods. One is to do coal plants, because I hate coal, and I hate the resource. I hate the new thing. I think most players do, but rather than going back a stage, I like to just keep up to date. So I got a mod to help with it. I would let the AI use it, but if they do, they constantly use it, and because of that, it both ends up making the game lag, and it ends up also making the AI easier to fight, because they are not as strong. So I will just put it down in one of my settlements and then hide it and not use it again. I do have extra research slots, so I've done one to my nation and then one to every other nation on the map. Other than that, it is just standard to the Graphonian Republic and other races and etc. All the rest of it. That being said, the Let's Play will not just be a finish the focus tree, it will be doing a global conquest of the entire map, and that will be however it goes. I will probably break these videos up to 45 minutes to an hour long. So that being said, we can get straight into this. I hope you all can enjoy. So for starters, we're going to get some uniforms and some standard support infantry gear and a standard for infantry equipment itself. We're also going to grab some basic motorized, and judging by the map that we'll be fighting on, much of what we fight in is plains and hills. So that will be where we mostly fight, except here over in the Sunstriker clan, most of which is mountainous. And then up here is constantly frozen, jungles and mountains. So, in terms of elite forces, honestly, paratroopers and then having aerial superiority might honestly be a good idea. We won't be using knights because we'll be using the Star Knights from the thing. Though now that I think on it, I'm pretty sure they can actually be paratrooped. So getting regular paratroopers are useless to me. However, getting some anti-air will be good to help fight against the enemy air, because I don't know how well we'll be able to focus it. But we'll see. That being said, I think we are good to start working into our convoys, because I don't want to build up a navy yet. Navy is kind of pointless, plus we already start with a small one, which will be good for just being able to take over the sea for... I think Vidina is probably the only person I can use that against successfully. As for the air, this is 20 fighters. That's yikes. I have not played the Graphonian Republic in a while. I actually have probably by now played almost every single faction here. I have so much game time. Most of the mods I've probably played their factions at some point or another. Old World Blues will probably be a common thing to see on this channel, as well as Kaiser Redux. I love those two mod packs. I also love Equestria at War. All three of them are great. Here and there, some Road 56 and some vanilla. As of right now, I want to just do some Let's Plays. In the future, I might want to try doing some long playthroughs where I go through my focus tree, but also make kind of like a narrative perspective from it. It's just a thought I had and thought I might enjoy. I've seen some people do it like that, and people seem to really like that kind of stuff, so I might try it myself at some point. That being said, yikes, the railways in this place suck. We're going to set up the railways, at least some basic ones. Oh, that being said, I also do have custom game rules set up, which do affect both player and AI. The AI will not take advantage of it as much as a player will, but they still definitely will late game. Not all the time do they, but there are some games that, for example, I do have infinite special forces cap. I once fought an entire enemy of 500 something divisions from the Soviet Union. It was all mountaineers and rangers. Oh, that sucked, because they were good in any environment you put them against. So it's fun to fight. I will try not to abuse it too badly. I do plan to continue to actually use the stand. You. Question is, yeah, I kind of want to send it to the Rosewood and see what happens. You know, that's not actually that bad. I will go ahead and dip out you guys. Man, I can't do math at the top of my head. So, rather than bothering to try that while I'm in the middle of being sleepy, I'm just going to go ahead and send them there. That will take care of that, and we can have some time off until that finishes. But we have the military academy going, which is nice. Anti-air just finished. With that, we will be we're going to work on some anti-tank. Foreign advisors. That helps with a 50% cost for land reduction. We are going to do a reform turn of the command. That will help us out in the long run of trying to get... Oh, sweet. Rosewood Order now has its troops. We are going to set everything up on a major front line. I don't know how good these troops are, but they end up getting rid of them anyway as time goes on because of the heresy. Yeah, there it goes. How long is this going to take? 30 days? This ends in 10? Yikes. Sadly, we're not going to be able to get that off in time, which sucks. But at least we got what we did. For now, we are going to approach the plan. I don't want to use command power on him because we will end up probably getting him changed out for different generals. But I will go ahead and send him off. I don't know how good these armies are. They're not even fully trained. Not that I really care. In fact, they don't even have guns and everything. Yikes. So not everyone has a firearm. That's not my problem. You'll do just fine, guys. You'll do just fine. I'm sure of it. Probably. I mean, you're doing good enough. One of you hold him down, one of you go there. Now that the unruly army is gone, I'm not consuming nearly as many supplies, which is nice, because I can actually move troops around semi-effectively now, without consuming, you know, the entirety. So we're going to immediately pen them down. We're going to expand this front line here. We are going to move you here. You are fleeing. We want to stop that, then we want to hit it. I don't expect to actually be able to kill the encircled, but that's okay. We're going to remove the banditry. What do you think? More defense or more attack? I think we should do attack. We are heretics after all. These are the Star Knights I was talking about. These guys are pretty cool. They are pretty jacked when it comes to stats. Kind of intentional since, you know, they're meant to be absolutely busted. But normally... Oh, Void Knights in our case. Between these two, artillery... Motorized. Ooh. So we are going to get rid of that. We don't need you. And you guys are not paratroopable. That's a shame. But these guys are going to be our special forces alongside paratroopers. We'll get the paratroopers later. The cool thing about these guys, though, is I kind of have to build them armor. And yes, they are entirely 40k themed. It's like their whole thing. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. 40k is also my favorite. There is a mod that I want to do for 40k. Just can't. Because they never update. But that's okay. It's a shame they don't ever update. I think I'm going to do the attack. Just for the sake of, you know, why not? You know, if I can't take care of them, what if I just attack them instead? Instead of attacking 3 divisions, just attack the singular. this. Military theorist. See, I could do that, make it even cheaper, and they gain faster. So I will do... Tell you what, I will do that first. I will this, and you can start project planning for that. We will end up taking Kupskis. I probably said that wrong. I do apologize. I will go ahead and grab that because that'll give me 1,000 of their armor and 1,000 of their bolt rifles, which will be good for starting. I don't know where the other enemy... Oh, doesn't matter where they went. Apparently, we're just going to get their place anyway. So one thing I do like about Star Knights is they can actually keep up with vehicles. They're insanely fast, which is good for us. Ooh, that is not a good encirclement to see. Never a good thing to see, you know, a bunch of your troops encircled until it's a situation that you don't... Oh, there we go. When Civil War ended, before I can assist in it, I was going to send my Star Knights down afterwards. That way I'm not multitasking, but that's okay. Pre-win 1, we will just have to deal with them later. Sorry, Broadfield. But the Rosewood Order survived, so at least there's that. It doesn't really matter down there who lives. It's mostly just helping me get army experience early in. Because with army experience, I can go ahead and activate my doctrines, which, for anyone who has played Hoi 4, these have changed in the most recent update, DLC drop and all that. And it's quite fun, actually. I do quite enjoy the new DLC. I think it's pretty cool. And that's about all I can say with it, without personally wanting to rip my hair out about it. Boy, it's got its issues, but it's Paradox. Everything has issues. So does any giant game. It's just kind of like its thing. Games have issues. Anyway, that aside, for us, our next step is going to be dealing with the Sunstriker clan. You guys are going to be my next most annoying opponent. Yep. That being said, I do need to fix the supply issue here. But if I'm going to fix the supply issue, I have to finish with the railroads, thankfully. Already have. That aside, I will have to build new railroads and a new supply hub. Forest is chosen. I could specialize in them, and I think I will. After that, we will continue to stabilize the government under our new rule. Go ahead and get him in, so we have offensive doctrine. If you do the Griffonians, the society and economy route is always good. For example, this gives you resource gain efficiency, construction speed, factory repair speed. This just gives us outright factory and dockyard output. This gives us more, it gives us free repair, max factories in the state. This gives us better intelligence over everyone and a special project. This gives us proficiency, efficiency, retention, and base production for production. And this gives us 5% reliability to all army items and all airplanes. Army does not include vehicles, though, disappointingly. It would be nice if it did. Sadly, it does not. We're going to go ahead and grab paratroopers. Not that I'm going to be using them anytime soon, but just so I can have them now. So, as you can see, the Imperium McGriffin kind, good old Dad is back alive again. And here, he made us, which us being War Master DawnClaw, and a couple of other sons. So, you know, that's lovely. Good old authoritarian theocracy. Where have we heard that before? Everyone else stays the same. Eventually he does do radical unification, be it through war, conquest, or otherwise. Not sure if that's even intentional that those guys still exist. If you play as the Imperium first, and then become DawnClaw that way, you don't get that dilemma. They just kind of don't exist anymore. I will go ahead and grab 1009 ahead of time just because it's better, even though it'll take the whole year to research. It will be ahead of everybody else by a year, so at least my troops will have something better than them. This gives all troops 10% more attack. This will allow us to have a lot of attack. I want to grab mobile warfare. Personally, mass assault is really good for communist factions, I've learned. The superior still royally sucks. Grand battle plan is great all around, and mobile warfare is good for major factions that end up getting a lot of territory or have a lot of territory early on, because you can afford getting mobilized, doctrine going, and effectively using its potential. In my case, it's good because I already have things like Void Knights, and I will eventually have the industry for motorized, and even swapping up to light, motorized and light tanks, eventually swapping to mechanized and medium. And light SP artillery. I have access to getting that kind of industry, not super early on, but kind of towards a couple of years now. In a couple of years in, I'll be able to, probably a little before fighting Dad. I don't know how easy it will be to beat him, but I know it will probably happen. This is good for civilian industry. This will help us construct more stuff, which we desperately need more civilian factories, as we only have 3. Yikes. And 1 more military factory, which will be nice because we can start making trucks, and with trucks I can eventually add supply trucks to our logistics roster, giving us a longer supply route. This will drastically help us. We do already have the supply hub, we just don't have any connecting railroads quite yet, but as you can tell, now we do. So with that, we do have supplies up here. With the supplies up here, we do actually have access to fully supplying our Void Knights for when it is time for war. Void Knights are good, really good stats, so I will go ahead and put them to aggressive. We do have the political power. I will go ahead and add us to extensive conscription since we're above 30% war support. Seizing the industry is done. I want to grab military training for the XP. Sadly, we don't have any good way of trading. We don't have a strong civilian industry, so it's not worth trading, especially given our circumstance. No one really likes us anyway, so I don't even know if we could get access to trading to people. So we do lose base force support, but we still stay above 30, so I don't mind it. I do want to grab racial forces because that does actually help our Void Knights become even better. Hunger, however, does give us back that 5% we lost and an extra 5% on top of that, which will be good. Second Aquilian Revolution. I do believe I have historical turned on, so much of things will go down the way they're supposed to. When I do play as the Imperium, I will probably have historical off. Knowing me. Republican struggle. That should get rid of their dilemma. Should? Question mark. I will go ahead and grab a farm there, and I will go ahead and hide that so I don't have to deal with it again. All weather is good. Reducing the bad weather penalty is always a nice thing. We will go ahead and cut away the rot. We lose a lot of population, which will be a little bad on our manpower. Not terrible. I mean, that's only about 1,000 recruitable and throughout all that. Aside from the minor genocide, hey, poverty rates go down. I wonder why. That being said, we will continue to improve this, and now we will work on our industry. Basic steel and cement understanding, and basic steel railway tracks as a commonality. The revolution was successful. Congratulations to them for the Aquilian Republic. We're going to spread the word. Why not? Decisive battle will be a good one. Doesn't matter which naval officer we really get. I will not hyper focus on Navy this game. If I was someone like Skyfall, probably would focus on it more than the Air Force. Well, we tried. Looks like the dark gods of another universe don't really care about us. That is not much of a surprise. That's not that great. This is actually pretty good. This is alright. I like this. The stability sucks, but the consumer goods is good. Acceptance, damage, no, and offensive interest. That just sucks. Wow, they all kind of suck. Royally. I will go ahead and grab Prince of Terror, though. That will help us. We will call the week next. The mandatory quotas will help us with production. We're already making 16.5 guns a day. That's great. For these bolters, 3.4 the armor. Give or take, we'll probably make 5.5 bolters and probably what looks like 4.5 armor a day. Oh, look at that. We called even more people. Isn't that fun? Time for even more. Whew. You know, I haven't seen Jerry in a while. I wonder where he went off to. Oh, remove the risk of famine. I wonder why. Not that there's any of the starving people left. Granted, it's probably the point in the first place. Support equipment. Field hospitals are always good. Casually just put the traders in their place, and oh, you want me to ease up on conscription? That's fine by me. We go to extensive. Doesn't matter much to me what it ends up being, because, you know, minimal is the extensive conscription. So, these are all good. The armor is great. Oh my, 12%. Yowza. Okay, so that's amazing. That's insane to see. We're going to take almost no attrition now. Well, not really almost none, but it will be very hard to actually do attritional damage to us because of that. Huh, they can learn. They just need motivation. Barbed whip toper. Isn't that lovely? We don't have to deal with a language issue anymore, so glorious. You know, Mars amalgamations, the only thing I can think of to this is representative to Chaos Spawn, or like the only thing I can think of that this is trying to make a reference to. Other than that, I can't really think of it. Don't worry, guys. And all the issues of the previous assessment, we still have that military academy from the Republicans back when they were in power. Not that it matters. So armor 10 and 10 versus this armor which is 15 and 15. Go ahead and grab you. We are going to go ahead and upgrade my generals just because. Hey Suntail, you're back. Good old buddy. Holy crap, you're juiced. Oh, the Dark Lord. Who are you? Good old Dark Lord. Ah, here we go. Maxwell the Dark Lord. We love him. We absolutely love him. Oh, Hawkling, you've raided me. Little rat. We need to remember that. I do want to go ahead and hit Sunstriker, and then I will go down and get Improve and Adapt for the sake of getting that extra research slot. That will be lovely. Oh! Greencliff, you joined the Hegemony. I was not expecting you to see that, especially in Historical, actually. That amazes me. Political power, that'd be nice. Not that it matters. Logistics company is a good one to have next now that we have the support. Reliability is always a great thing to grab, especially where we fight for most of the game is in cold or mountains and forest. So reliability is not as good. Plus, a lot of where we will be fighting, terrible, terrible supply routes. So much of what we will be doing is a logistics gameplay of trying to micromanage logistics on the war front constantly to make sure we can continue pushing troops, especially since we will be using a armored push style of warfare alongside the Void Knights with, I will probably be doing good defensive assault infantry. Probably building them the way I normally build them. Whether they're good in multiplayer or not, I have no idea. Much of what I do is, I haven't done competitive multiplayer for the past 2 DLCs now, so it's been a while, but I used to do tournaments for a little bit. Not that that matters, considering doctrines and everything has changed up so much. Nothing, no templates are the same anymore. You know, I don't think I've ever had them accept me, not once. Not that that matters to us. We'll just kill them. That max entrenchment across every single general he has under him will be great. Unexpected thrust is going to want for you. So, these guys, I will show you just how fast these men can be. So, they will just casually move here. And look at that, we've already encircled them. Ooh! My speedy little infantry, because of the mobile warfare doctrine, are already going to occupy that settlement. Ooh, almost forgot to do this. Sorry about that. We will place it in their hearts. We'll go ahead and start working on air. That'd be good. For us, we can get some stuff going like that. For that, lightweight will always be nice. Once we get improve and adapt, this gives us better speed and attack. Or, honestly, the speed and attack will be actually good. Because we can stack that with all the other division attacks. So these guys will be really good at spearheading with armor. And then also have really good speed, so they'll be able to keep up with our light armor motorized. And then we can go down seizing the realm to work on our industry a little bit. We will not be in any means balanced to other nations. We will be absolutely juiced out of our fucking minds. So it is not by any means a balanced country to play. Neither is the Imperium, but I really like them. I don't see people record playthroughs of them. I know most people probably wouldn't really like to watch because they probably won't find them as entertaining because they're juiced out of their mind. But they're also Easter egg factions. They're kind of meant to be that way. So that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and play them and get them out of the way. I do enjoy them. I want to play them, and I will do so. I do want to go ahead and just spearhead real quick towards them. That should be their capital. Oh, Star Knight got to the capital. Let's go. That's good. Silkhorn Falls, capital. Secondary capital is taken. Provincial? No, it wouldn't be provincial. Yeah, secondary capital is taken. We will get Sunstriker territory. This will award us with a lot of aluminum, which is good for Air Force and support equipment. A good chunk of steel, which is good for just all-around resources. Tungsten, which will be good for artillery and anti-air. And crystal. Not a lot of chromium, but that's okay. The crystal will be good for us long way for our Void Knights, I believe. I think that, now that I think about it, yeah, because the Void Knights need crystal. So that'll be good for Void Knight production, and late game, that'll be good for nukes. That'll be good for nukes. What are our next things? Raid on Weed Redder and a seize the port of Rotterdam. So we want to go ahead and prepare. We want to go ahead and prepare with our Star Knights a raid on Reed Redder. Not that we would actually be doing an attack. We just simply raid. I do want to plan out an attack on Victina. I don't remember if I do. I do get a focus for that. Question is, how fast can I just simply justify? 210. Give or take, it will take way more than 210 to actually do that. So I will go ahead and manually justify that and get that going. So the fight through the Sunstriker clan sucked. It's not very fast. It's mostly mountainous terrain, so everyone was a little slow. None of us are mountaineers anymore, so we don't specialize in the terrain, and it sucks. It sucks moving through mountains. That's why no one wanted to fight Switzerland all that much without mountaineers, is because fighting in the mountains kind of sucks. It's cold, it's freezing half the time, and it's kind of hard to traverse. Climbing a 20-degree hill incline while holding over 100 pounds of stuff on your back, and then whatever you're holding in your hands, and there's not always the most fun. Not impossible, it's just not very fun. No from experience. The Void Knights are only 12 combat width. That'll be fine for now. We will have them placed at Drina. So local, we are going to, let's just put that on martial law. You can't complain, because I will just put you down anyway and ignore you and pretend you don't exist. Much easier that way than trying to actually listen to you people. Armor division versus a motorized. I actually like that armored way more. Go ahead and deploy them. They do have minus 25% stats, but that's okay. These guys are kind of juiced anyway. I don't think the Strawberry Duchy has the means to actually overcome us. That being said, I will go ahead and grab Flexible, Motorization Drive. I will designate, oh, can't do that just yet, but I will designate Operational Integrity as our Aerial Doctrine. And set up a, yeah, we'll do the Quartermaster, why not? Just because he's chaos. Olenia refuses to yield, and so begins the invasion from Changelings. How lovely. Go ahead and get started on the Unrelenting Destruction. I want to go ahead and start working on at least both the first starter upgrades for the engine and the armor. What did the River Republic is? Oh, Watertown. Beautiful. Rosewood Order appears to have stayed as the actual order. Pre-win, turns out they went and took over Blackrock. No surprise there. And are now trying to two-front against Sasvia and Lushi. Interesting to see how that has all gone down. Wing Party. You have stayed as Wing Party. No surprise there. It's historical. I'm actually just amazed you haven't taken care of the Falcorians yet. Normally you do by now. You doing alright there, man? You didn't lose to Obsidian, did you? No, you didn't. Gomez is still in power right now, and he's still coping. Cope, you ugly bird. Do I want a fleeting being? No, I do genuinely think trade interdiction will be better long run. Individual excellency, that is honestly what I go for all the time. It does make our infantry and the logistics and signal companies just outright better. It does give them a little bit of a bonus in all types of terrain that they'd usually be fighting in. Intelligence gain through combat, which is nice. But more importantly, at the very end, the soft attack and breakthrough is nice, along with the terrain bonuses they get and the supply usage reduction. This reliability is nice. That supply use is only 0.01. It is actually surprisingly effective. It is very, very nice to have. It's only 0.01, but what it doesn't tell you is it's actually 0.01 for every troop, and I usually build 18 combat width, so it's 0.09 less supply usage, which actually turns out to accumulate really well. Because if you mix that with a logistics company, you consume 0.63, but the supply company itself reduces that by 10% afterwards. which is 0.06, and as you level up a logistics company, it makes it better and better and better. You know, I probably could have been trading you guys this whole time to actually be the Kingdom of Zeppberg. I guess I'm stupid. I don't remember where that is off the top of my head, and it's probably like right in front of my face. I'm just not seeing it. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry about that. The Commandos. Ooh, 15% more Special Forces attack for our Star Knights. How lovely. We, yeah, they'll be able to break through, hopefully. If there's something they don't break through, I'm hoping it has level 10 forts, or I probably will regret ever going to war with that person in the first place. That being said, our logistics are actually really good right now. There we go. Refreshed it. To compare what it used to be, everything up north and the entire Sunstriker was, I'm pretty sure, just pure red. So it's purple and light blue, so it's and a little bit of red. It's still terrible. By all means, it's still terrible. Fur Tree joined River Republics. That sucks. It is still terrible, but it is better than what it was. Much better than what it was. Oops. So much worse. Oh, well, yeah, we definitely should have been training though. I didn't realize that the Void Knights train that fast. I actually think that's just it being it. We will go ahead and let them entrench while also getting a little bit more of their organization back before we actually do anything. Now we will begin a raid. Oh. Alright. It wasn't even with the right general either. So one thing about border raids, really nice cheeky thing I've learned, if they try and take some of the most closest divisions, some of the nearest divisions to the border you're starting the war thing on. However, if you have divisions set up on that border and then a bunch of other divisions far away, it will only take the ones near the border. Unless it can't fill out the out of 6, then it will start taking other divisions from other borders. But in our case, with having 6 Void Knights, all it does is take them from the border. We'll go ahead and turn that off. I don't know why I even thought about training them in the first place. I feel stupid now. Anyway, we are going to go ahead and elevate paratroopers as well. So now we have racial forces and paratroopers. Now we have what we're going to use ahead of time, which is great. I could just purge this and get the... I don't know why we would do that. Now that I look, I guess from a lore perspective it makes sense, but wow. That's rough. Hey, you're actually putting up a fight. Congratulations. Not much of one, clearly. Oh, what a name and face. We're gonna pretend you don't exist. Ah, DawnClaw led it himself. What an interesting figure. So, that being said, that has officially completed our raid expansions. I believe that's all we do. But with that in mind, we no longer have to actually deal with them. So our next bet is getting ready to attack Skyfall, because we will core Reedwetter attacks Redwetter? Reedwetter, yeah, I think that's it. Hey, I wouldn't know. Not off the top of my head. I should. I really should. Being who I am. My little nerdy arse. Go ahead and grab them. I did see 200%. Yeah, 200%. Now that is lovely. Automatic turret lathes. That'll be useful for production. Wow, there's just a lot of wars going. Yakistan did actually succeed. Changelings, Papadalina. Everything is going as it normally does. How lovely is that? Not very. Liberation of the Great Lakes. Really? Great Lakes. Isn't that anything to do with the River Republics? Or am I tripping? I haven't played Equestria at War in almost a year, dude. Good lord. Ooh, some recovery rate. Now that is really nice for our Star Knights being able to push in, take a moment to hold, and then move forward again. Okay. Oh, look, our goal finished. You can kind of just push in on your own. He does not have anywhere near enough divisions to actually hold that front line, so he's not actually even a threat to me. Rubber, do you have any? You don't. I don't have access to building anything to produce me rubber for any while, and it's not anywhere nearby. Which sucks. It really does. Yeah, why not? Why not Equestria? Let's just do Equestria. Whoa, I couldn't be at war with that? I have to be at peace. That's a shame. If that's the case, we will... More military factories, why not? Flood other workshops. Lose a bit of population in the local areas. Not our problem. So if that is the case, we will be going ahead and moving you over to strike across the river. All right, fun. Move the Void Knights up and just have Spearhead. Why not? Our war with Vidina is completely justified in my personal opinion. Personally, I think these little bastards don't deserve it. They have no reason to. Their wannabe knights don't. Oh my god. Oh, I hate the comment. Always hate that event. But yeah, as you can see, for a second there, before I moved him over myself, the Void Knights are almost as fast as infantry are in mobilization mode, which is insane. Which is insane, because I think that's how fast actually is that? Yeah, 6 kilometers. The mobilization I think is like 8 kilometers for infantry. It's more than that if you have better infrastructure, which I don't. I definitely don't. Oh yeah, I am also playing on the Peace Deal with the Peace Deal mod. This is probably one of my most recommended mods to the community and anyone playing. White piecing, conditional surrendering, things like that exist in this mod. You can limited surrender and total surrender right out the gate. If you wanted to, after 6 months, you can white piece, stalemate, limited victory, or total victory, which are all pretty cool. Stalemating is by far the best out of a long war result, but if they keep refusing it, you might just have to do a white piece and return everything to, you know, what it was. But if you're lucky, you can get away with demanding a stalemate, which is whatever territory was taken by either side is kept by those. It's useful if you've been able to take territory from the enemy that you don't want them to keep or get back, especially if it's like claimed territory or anything like that. It's really nice because you can snag territory out pretty well. I mostly use it for when I'm playing as minor nations. I use it a lot because it helps me take territory against majors and then completely bully them in a way, because, you know, take a bunch of land. I honestly, when I was playing the India and is it Grave of Empires? Graveyard of Empires DLC? The second, the one before the most recent, currently, where I ran and things, got their DLC. Focus trees. I was playing as the Indian tree for the Princely Federation. By the way, Paradox, you definitely did not set it up right. Because, man, oh man, is it a little funky. But, nonetheless, I thought it was pretty fun. I had a good time doing it nonetheless. Getting to use elephants instead of standard cavalry, that was pretty fun. Field artillery from 10-10 finished up, and now we will go ahead and rush down 10-12 artillery because we have, anti-air artillery because we do have a 100% bonus for it. We will occupy Skyrim, or at least attempt to. As far as I'm aware from the seams of it, I think we killed his entire military. Yeah, we officially wiped out 115,000 soldiers. Vidina has no military. That's a little rough there, but we encircled everyone you had. We will go ahead and take their navy, because I didn't want to lose it. Yeah, because they actually build it up. And it turns out it's really nice. So having 25 ships, it does not help us with anything. However, when we kill Skyfall, that will help us significantly, because we will have more territory, than, or more naval force and projection than a lot of people. It'll be useful. Aside from that, we are now able to set up a very juicy front line and combat capability against Skyfall. We will finish working to the bones and then explore the Seeds of Chaos. Attempt number 2. Because it did not pay attention when it said you had to be at peace. Why a Chaos faction has to be at peace to accomplish a, military mission, I'm not exactly sure. Not my concern, though. I am sure my commentary could probably be better. I'm sure a lot of things that I'm doing right now could be better. So I do apologize for that if I do not entertain you that well right now. I'm half tired as well, so not that that's a good excuse. Not that that is at all. We will go ahead and grab Machine Nest for the airbase construction speed, which is pretty nice, as well as naval base construction speed. Oh, naval bases take forever. It's so useful to have. It is a 15% construction speed boost to both of them. It can be quite useful at times when you do naval invasions, being able to build at each level 15% faster. I'm gonna grab a fuel silo upgrade. Energy per coal. Yeah, we'll go ahead and grab that. Not that it matters that much because we have so much of it, but it would be good to just have later down the line when we have a much larger industry. Now that we have as much land as we do, we can integrate a lot of it. I do have the core with compliance plus mod, which is really useful. I have it currently set up for the most expensive integration cost, as well as 60% compliance to actually be able to integrate it. No surprise that they rejected that, by the way. Not even remotely surprised. They normally do. Do you have an Air Force? Because you don't. You do, and it's much larger than mine, which sucks. I hope I said Air Force, not Navy, because I already know you have a larger Navy. Oh man, I'm tired. I am kind of just yapping, finding things to talk about, because it does help me play, and it helps me think. So I do apologize if it's not your kind of thing to listen to. Oh, this is another good reason to have the peace deal manager. See, because originally it was to do peace talks with Skyfall, but Skyfall joined a faction because they're not the faction leader. I don't talk to them. I now talk to the Republic of Equestria. Kind of annoying, Because guess what? Asterion is all the way down here fighting Canalicia. Canalicia, I will go ahead and get military access with you so I can come down here myself and kick the living shit out of them. Peace talks? No. No. I'm just going to kill you. And take your land. Hopefully. If I'm lucky. Okay. So we were able to successfully occupy Skyfall, which is useful to us. Oh, look at that. They had an error. I will go ahead and grab you with my political power. Lewis, we're going to put you in power. Now we have access to an aerodynamics and avionics base. I will go ahead and have a radar start on you. Naval engineering. We are not even close to a breakthrough. Yikes. Dermatology would be good. And so would a nuclear physics. Western Cave Grove, we'll set that up. And in advanced dermatology, we'll put that in Northwestern Flutwaffen. Super heavy howitzers. I don't find them very useful, actually. So I'm not going to bother with them. For now, we're going to be technical piece to a fault, anyway. Where I'm going to do an absolute massive overhaul to my standard military. And in case they try any cheeky little naval invasions to the terrain, I am going to set up a large front line all the ways up to Western Nachtburg. As for my Void Knights, you guys have a better objective. A lot of you are probably going to... can I get you here in time? Let's find out. A lot of you might end up dying because of convoy raids that I'm sure they're probably doing. But we are going to try and send my Star Knights, or Void Knights regardless, over to Canalicia to set up a combat line and help them keep both their, country going. And also deal with the enemy faction. Until then, bandits and traders all go ahead and get 40% extra the integration when they reach about 40% for the Sunstrikers. We will also go ahead and start researching on ancillary infantry equipment to help improve our infantry capabilities. Getting advanced barrel forging will help us in the Cloudberry Arsenal for product efficiency gain as a whole. Wow, managed to slip through this entire thing without getting a single convoy hit. I'm honestly amazed by that one, if I'm being truthful with you. 9 times out of 10, the AI convoy raids like an absolute SOB. We'll go ahead and slap up some knights on the front line. I do want an attache here with you, because while you're at war, you will gain improved... Wow. Pushing back a Void Knight was not what I was expecting to see. Let me tell you something, though. Now you won't. Ah. That's the capital. I do want to snag this capital back very soon. Doing this is good because they lose their port. They lose their port, they're not going to be able to take anything. There we go. We're going to take this back. Move back to the port. I will check up on his brothers here in a little bit. There. Your new goal is to sit here and protect the freaking capital. I don't know if that's their actual standard capital. It looks like this is. I don't play them, so I don't really know. I played them once, back when I first started playing. Other than that, I don't really care. But we will protect this naval base, so if this capital of theirs gets invaded, they will keep the naval base as a capital, but they won't be able to lose it, because I'll have a frickin' Star Knight on it. Much, much better that way. Almar has given is actually really good to have. I do need to get that before I can start working on rapidly improving my industry. It will take us 200 days each, but getting some better product efficiency and some outright factory output and things that will help us drastically. Now, to end off the episode, I do want to say thank you for coming out. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, night, whenever you end up watching this may be. I love you all to those who watch, and I'm doing this as kind of like a bit of a hobby, so any views help, any comments help, because comments help me get views. And I hope you guys all have a good one, and I will see you in the next episode, and so on and so forth. Peace out.